So if you've spent any amount of time around modified cars, especially modified Subarus, chances are you've probably seen one of these iPod looking things. This little doohickey right over here is called a Cobb Accessport, and this thing is nearly essential for modified Subarus. Today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the importance of this and how to use it, and then we're also going to go ahead, throw it into my new STI.
Before you guys say anything, I know the garage is an absolute mess right now. We got a bunch of different projects going on right now, and just there's a lot of car parts just coming in, and we're running out of space, so just bear with me, guys. We'll get it all sorted out soon. But like I told you guys, today we are going to be talking about the Cobb Accessport. Now, wait, you guys can you even see that? The case doesn't really show much, so let me just take it out of the case. Now, there are a ton of great informational videos explaining exactly what this is and what this does on YouTube, but for somebody that's just getting into cars and somebody that doesn't really know all that much and is just trying to learn, it can be a little intimidating at first, and that's perfectly fine. So that's why in this video, I want to explain what this is and how to use it and all that good stuff in the most simple way possible without complicating things at all. So I want you guys to think of the Cobb Accessport as a tool, an essential tool that you need for your modified car slash Subaru. When you have a modified car, you need to make sure that everything is running right, because if things aren't running right, then you're gonna end up blowing something up, especially when it comes to Subarus. When you have a modified car, you need to monitor a bunch of different things like AFR, boost, knock. There's a bunch of different things that you have to keep your eye on, and it's really inconvenient to have like a million different gauges all over your dash or all over your pillars. So that's where this little doohickey comes in handy, because everything is nicely displayed on the screen. Instead of having a million different gauges in your car, you just have this little thing and everything is displayed on here. Everything you need is pretty much displayed on here. When you have this thing, you can keep an eye on everything you need to keep an eye on, and you have a super clean interior. It also doesn't look too bad, so I wouldn't really mind having this in my car. So if you didn't have the Cobb, your only other two options are to either run a million different gauges inside your car or don't run anything at all. And if you don't run anything at all, then you really don't know how your car is running. If your boost just starts spiking up or your car's knocking a little bit and stuff like that, you wouldn't be able to see it. And if you don't see it, you'd keep driving on it, and then when you keep driving on it, you eventually blow your motor up. Blowing a motor is never fun. If you have a Cobb, you see numbers just jumping around, you can just pull over and not do so much damage to your car. Maybe you can fix it before something blows up. When you have a modified car, especially a Subaru, it's definitely a good idea to monitor your motor. Even if you don't want to tune your car and you just want to monitor your car, a Cobb is definitely a very good investment. So now let's quickly talk about tuning. One of the main reasons Subarus have such a bad rep for blowing up is because people modify their cars and don't tune for their modifications. Now, when you put an intake or a catless downpipe on a Subaru, you need to tune for that. So a lot of people don't tune for that, and then they end up blowing their motors, and you don't want to blow your motor. It's never fun. So you guys need to tune, and the Cobb helps out big time, because you can throw maps onto the Cobb and then flash your ECU through the Cobb. It makes everything a lot easier. You guys can literally do it at your house like I'm going to do it today. Cobb is really awesome because they have a bunch of different base maps on their website. So if you have a catless downpipe and a stock intake, there's tunes for that. If you have an intake and a catless downpipe, there's tunes for that. There's a bunch of different tunes for a bunch of different cars. It's awesome that Cobb offers it for free, so you can just throw it onto your Cobb and then flash your stock ECU, and then boom, your car is now tuned. Now, there is one thing that you have to keep in mind. A lot of people don't get tuned after they use the Cobb off-the-shelf tunes, and you've got to realize that that's not a tune that you're supposed to be running on. That's not a long-term solution. That's a short-term solution. You're not supposed to beat on your car. You're not supposed to drive for a long time on those tunes. That's just to get you from point A to B, or from your house to the tuner. A lot of people run those tunes permanently and end up damaging their motor, and yeah, don't do that. Definitely either get E-tuned or get Pro-tuned, but it is really cool that Cobb offers the base tunes, especially for free. They're good to use, but not great. So when eventually you want to get tuned by an actual tuner, the Cobb Accessport also comes in handy there, because you can data log. You can data log how your car is running on the Cobb, send it to a tuner that could be in a totally different state. He can send you back tunes, and then you can put it on your car and then data log it again and just go back and forth with the tuner. So that's a really cool feature. Also, this thing comes in handy when you go get Pro-tuned at a dyno, because the tuner is probably going to go through your Cobb. These things are definitely useful. They have them for a bunch of different cars. Just go on the website, you can figure out which Cobb you need exactly, and like me, you can buy it used. Brand new, it's like $700 for my car. Used, I bought it for $500. So honestly, it's really all not that bad, especially considering that it can save you from blowing up your engine. A Cobb Accessport is definitely cheaper than an engine rebuild. So those are the basics of what a Cobb is. Now let's talk about how to use this thing. And I'm really excited because we're gonna go ahead and throw this into the STI.
You about to get tuned today, baby. I'm so excited for this, dude. You guys already know you got to connect this bad boy into the OBD. Just plug it into the Accessport itself, and All right, there we go. We got power. Please confirm that your vehicle matches. Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, stage 2, 93. All right, so now we're installing. The ECU is being reflashed right now. Now we just have to wait patiently till it's 100%, and we should be ready to drive. Right now I have all the wires just out like that because I'm reflashing the ECU at the moment, but I'm obviously gonna go ahead and tuck the wires. I actually got something really cool that I'm actually gonna be able to put the Accessport in here. You guys will see that just in a sec. But oh, okay, that was actually pretty fast. Please wait, do not turn off. Oh, okay, so now we have to wait again. Sweet. Turn and leave the ignition in off position to begin vehicle reinitialization. Okay, turn it off. Please turn the ignition key to the on position. Turn it in accessory mode. Now you're not gonna actually turn your car on, you just put in accessory mode. Installation successful, baby. And just like that, we have the Cobb connected to the car. Now before I actually go ahead and turn the car on and actually drive on this thing, I'm gonna go ahead and actually, oh, oh my God. I hope I didn't just break that. I'm gonna actually go ahead and tuck the wires in really nicely. Oh my God, shut up. I'm gonna go ahead and actually tuck the wires in because this is going to give me a freaking brain aneurysm, man. So I'm sure you guys have seen Cobbs in Subarus before, and what people usually will do is either they'll have a vent mount or they'll just have a window mount, and I don't like the look of that. I hate exposed wires. I like having a clean interior, so I decided to go a little bit different of a route that normally people do. Now I got the dialed Cobb mount from Subi Speed, I believe, or MAP Performance, one of those. Pretty simple. Basically, this is the defroster that goes right over here. You pop the defroster off, and then you have this 3D printed Cobb holder along with the defroster on the back. You run the wire from the OBD2, pull this thing down, run the wire through up here, and then boom, I got the wire sticking right out of here. I wasn't gonna really record this, but I figured if any of you guys want to do this, or if you're interested in this, there you guys go. It's really easy. It's just 2 screws. This thing comes right down, and then yeah, we're gonna zip tie these wires so they don't come down. This thing is gonna look sick. Yes, please. Look how nice that looks, man. You guys can't lie. Just looking at that, like, it's so cool how flush everything is. The 3D print is actually pretty spot on. Now, I don't know if I want to paint or wrap this 3D printed thing just because it looks clearly like 3D print, and I don't know if I like that or not. I absolutely love the no wires look. I zip tied and tucked everything, so now there are no wires down there. There are no wires over here. This thing looks so much better than the vent mounts and the windshield mounts, in my opinion. I just went ahead and set all my gauges, so I got fine knock, blur, and feedback knock, dam, boost, coolant tap, and air fuel ratio. There is a very good detailed video by Smedia. I'll link it down in my description. He goes over all these parameters and where they should be and all that good stuff. So go ahead and check that out if you guys want to learn, but this is what I set mine to. Whoa, shit! Feel that again. Just... Whoa! Yo! Oh my God, this car is going to get me in so much trouble. Guys, don't clown on me because I'm granny shifting, because I'm trying to shift with one hand with the camera in my hand, so it's a little hard, but holy crap, let's feel that again. Just... Whoa! Yo! This car would be so much more fun if I just had a fat Tomei screaming out the back. Right now, the car is so quiet, I can't even hear it. My freaking clutch squeak is louder than the exhaust, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Had a little fun with the new tune, but like I said, this tune isn't meant to just keep beating on. This isn't like a permanent tune. This isn't off-the-shelf tune. You can't just keep beating the crap out of your car with these kind of tunes. That's how people blow their Subarus up. I'm probably not going to run on this tune for too long because I am going to get pro-tuned. I'm just waiting for a bunch of different things to come in. And just like that, we have officially installed our first mod on the new STI. There's so much more to come, you guys don't even know, but this was the most important thing. I encourage everybody that has a modified Subaru to go ahead and get a Cobb Accessport because this thing can be a lifesaver. Let's say my motor started knocking. I may not know if my exhaust was really loud. I may not know that it's knocking and I might not hear it, but you can see it right over here. And if it's knocking, you can just pull over, prevent any more damage from happening. Like I said, there's a lot of information that this Accessport can show, and there's a lot of good information that you need while driving, especially for these cars. You have to take care of these motors because they will blow up on you. If you're gonna modify your Subaru, at the bare minimum, go ahead and just get a Cobb off-the-shelf tune, because if you don't tune it, if you do that, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So definitely go ahead, pick yourself up a Cobb Accessport if you have a modified Subaru. Don't worry guys, she is gonna be looking good soon. We're gonna get rid of this quiet as hell exhaust. Like, listen to this. You guys can't even hear that. It's so ridiculously quiet. I'm waiting for a new exhaust to come in the mail, and yeah, I'm really excited for this thing. I hope you guys are too. I'm absolutely loving this thing, by the way. This thing is so much freaking fun. I'm so happy to have a Subaru again, guys. You guys don't even know. I still don't have a name for this thing, so if you guys have any name suggestions, leave it down in the comments. What do you guys think I should name it? Taylor 2.0 is already reserved for the new BRZ, so we can't do that. I'm gonna end the video right here because once again, right here in good old Jersey, it is below freezing. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.